Hello everyone, it's Jez and I'm here to tell you about two new features we've added to the staff dashboard. So if you go to your staff login and on the dashboard tab, scroll down to the line graph and you can see we've changed the design so it should look a bit clearer. There's no gaps, so where students might not have been recording mood and wellbeing data, maybe it's holidays, or you have a gap in that data, we've still got a line of best fit, so you've got a good visual across either the current term. You might want to look at whole school, or if you're an administrator you can look at your different year groups. If you're a class teacher you'll just see your class, so then yours will just show your class data. Let's go to whole school and we can compare the whole school year with a previous year if you've been set up for that long. So you can see that the dotted lines are the mood and the wellbeing scores for the previous academic year, which will hopefully give you some useful insight into the data that's coming through. Make sure you come off that to get rid of the dotted line. Let's say we want to look at the year 7s across the school year and we want to compare them to the whole school wellbeing. So I've got the green line is my year 7 average wellbeing score from the WHO5, and the blue line is the whole school. So generally speaking, the green line sits just below. So it might be then you've got some good insight that year 7 are reporting slightly lower wellbeing score, and you can do exactly the same for mood. So you can see that purple line and you can compare it to the blue line. So you've got some useful information, and you can overlay them as well to have 4 lines. As well as that, if you go to the Wellbeing tab, you're working with individual students. I'm really excited about this one. You can go to the snapshot report. We've been talking about this for a long time, and we have dramatically improved the quality of the report, how much data comes through. So you've got the name, the profile, their emoji, if they've created their own avatar. You've got the AI generated report at the top, which you can still edit if you want to, and you can write other bits in. You've got all the headline data here, so which class they're in, current emotion, gold coins earned, last login, and so on and so forth. You've also got any values that have been set, goals. You've got exactly the same concept. Just on the goal side, if the tick is amber, that's the student saying they're on their way to achieving that goal, so they've set an action and they're on their way. Red is they haven't started or haven't recorded they've started it yet, and green is that they've completed it. And you've got your health and wellbeing connection ambition domains, or you've got your school values / domains if you've changed it. So that's hopefully going to be really useful. So almost like a digital folder, digital portfolio of all of this wellbeing and personal development work that you're doing. And then you've got exactly the same line graph but for the individual student. So again, I've got the students' current mood and wellbeing scores across the current term. I can look at it for specific weeks. We'll go school year again to keep some consistency. I can do exactly the same. I can compare it to previous years, but I can also compare to whole school wellbeing mood, but also the year group and the class that student's in. So let's say for this student, I want to compare to class wellbeing. That red line's the class wellbeing, the green is the individual student. We can see how it compares to the class, or we might want to go bigger and go whole school. We can do the same. There's lots of lines you can put on and add in, so you've got some good insight there for the student as well. The other thing is it will show the conversation logs that you've put in for these students. So this student doesn't have one, but here's one I prepared earlier. So this is my fake one with goals, and you can see my avatars there. But if I scroll to the bottom here, you can see that low mood captured on that specific date, why that was, the contextual reason or the additional information on how I felt. So I said I felt awful, worried, anxious because of exams. I've got a support message that I put in as a test, and then any check-ins that have been completed off the back of the low mood capture, all the check-in requests that have come in. So that is a pretty comprehensive capture of that individual student, which you can print off if you want to, but you don't have to. Hopefully that's really useful. As ever, if you have any questions or feedback, you've got your feedback button. Give us some stars, say hi, any ideas you might have, or you can go to the website youhq.co.uk. There's lots of information here, resources, but also you've got a year let's chat, and you can type that in and that'll come through to a member of the team. Take care everyone, thanks very much for listening, speak to you soon.